The importance of having fun and its impact on behavior should never be underestimated. Today, we speak with Dario Greenidge from Nature Fun Ranch, and he tells us all about the programs and initiatives that they have in place to help shape behavior in a positive way. I am your host, Rashid Holder, and this is Positive Pulse. Dario, firstly, welcome to Positive Pulse. Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for having me.
And, we were speaking prior to, beginning this session here, and I want you to tell us about some of the programs that Nature Fun Ranch embarks on to help shape the behavior of young males in society.
Okay, so once someone comes on Nature Fun Ranch, we always interview them for what they likes, dislikes.
Yeah.
To see where best they will fit in, or to switch department or section to put in.
Yeah.
Most of the time we get a lot of guys that come that want to be jockeys. So obviously it's fitting easier in terms that we produce jockeys. Have a few guys that get their race license through the Nature Fun Ranch. So it'd be a lot easier for those guys to fit in. So how we always say we get the behavior changes that we reward good behavior and discipline bad behavior.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a jockey, don't expect we to carry you in for your jockey license and you're giving trouble. It can't work.
Yeah.
So they behave well, they learn to ride. Some of them learn to ride very fast, some are actually good jockeys. From there they go through the courses, because they have to go through courses to learn about the horses and stuff. Once they pass all their go in the school test, get course in the jockey academy, and they have been improving and get to class 4 in terms of, because we have the jockey academy set in classes.
Yeah.
So you have class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. Class 4 is really ready to go in for race day license. So one guys for Sean Bruce recently for race day license. Had 2 races so far. But that's so I would say so what I would say is that it's all about what they like, that we trying to put them in position or put in department with the things they like, and they help change the behavior because they're doing something they like.
Okay.
So they're not going to feel a need to have to be acting out or stuff like that, because whatever it is that when children are doing something they don't like, or
they usually tend to act out.
Yeah, tend to act because you're not enjoying yourself. As you say, fun, you're not enjoying yourself, so they just act out.
Right. So is there a specific age group that is usually like targeted to take on board here at Nature Fun Ranch, or is it a case where as young as you can learn and obviously have your behavior shaped in a positive way, then you're welcome to do so?
As age group doesn't matter, as long as you can learn and you're ready to, and we'll take you in and help shape your life to a more positive stuff, because some of these guys, they come out in the roughest of neighborhoods in Barbados.
Right, so just give me some background information in terms of not necessarily who they are, but where are these persons that come to Nature Fun Ranch coming from specifically?
You see, we get some out to Deacon, some out to Chapman Lane, some out to Nelson Street, Burness Hill.
And obviously these are areas that
have a bad stigma
attached to them for various reasons. And the programs that they come to here, would you mind naming like at least 2 programs specifically that the youngsters come and participate in?
Okay, so one part I said the Jockey Academy also have the motor club where that, and then you have a driving class where that we teach people to drive and stuff. So most of these things the young guys like. They like horses, they like bikes, they like driving. So it's easier to cater to them. So then we also have the production animals, which is the pigs, the sheep and stuff. That's what they say. You guys also join. I had one guy recently like, because they call me Smiley. So Smiley, everything you do pigs, again with you. And it says if we didn't force it on them, you just let them choose. So it comes naturally. So just choose to kind of deal with the pigs. So that I find that's a better way to deal with young people. than forcing anything upon them.
Right. And in terms of their behavior, now, obviously, as you said, some of these children are what you would consider vulnerable or even at-risk youth.
Yeah.
So, can you describe how their behavior now is shaped here at Nature Fun Ranch by doing what they do?
Okay, so again, everything is being a positive, positive behavior, positive energy, stuff like that. So you come to your neighborhood is the more low gang related stuff, and you come here now, if you get here, if you country get, but if you get in the vehicle, you know that, yeah, all that going through the window.
Yeah.
So we come, everything is about being positive, so we don't do nothing like it. So they come, they're assigned to their task. So if they do horses, they get 2-3 horses to do on the day. You know that's their task. So we keeping them busy. And when we're keeping them busy and doing things they love, the behavior, the action it more be organic and change that sort of way.
Correct.
We keeping them mind engaged in positive things. So again, so like, if they get in trouble or stuff, well, they are here, they know that depends on the level of seriousness of what they do. The activities can be taken away. So like, they want to get to do karting, they want to get to do paintball.
So they only get to engage in the fun activities as a form of, I guess, punishment or as a consequence of what they would have done.
I don't want to say punishment. I would say like, you are good, discipline the bad.
Correct.
So by doing that, we organically change their behavior, because they behave good, and everything's gonna be smooth sailing. So I would say more of that way.
Right. And I mean, obviously the interaction with some of the horses or even animals brings out a different type of spirit and behavior in them. And how do you see, Nature Fun Ranch and all of what you do here as, helping to really impact behavior from very young?
I would say giving the young guys something other than the block life to look at too.
Yeah.
So once they can see that it's more to this than the block life per se, because anybody can see is the block life is taking, the street life is taking over, and you gotta do something serious to curve that, or no, it's gonna get a lot worse.
Yeah.
So by just giving these young guys something or someone different to look at to, that is doing something positive and impacting society, that helps them. Because I came in the program, used to get a lot of trouble at school. My mother was confident for me a lot. And when I came into the program, I had a guy named Craig Mears. He was like a big brother to me, took me on his ring, stuff like that. And I was very thankful for it. And then years later now, a young guy that I bring into the program came me and tell me, Smitty, I thank you. And that did something, that changed me feel like we're doing something impactful. Yeah, so from there, I actually fall in love with just helping young people. Yeah. And I always try my best to help young people best I can.
And why do you think it's important for young people to have, a positive role model in society, especially in today's society?
Because you're surrounded by negativity.
Yeah.
On your TV, report about crime, they're shooting this. Even if you're watching the show, your certain stories all about the negative thing, the music, very negative.
Bad news sells.
Yeah, of course bad news sells. So even the music stuff, like, because I don't listen to every type of music, because I know the propaganda behind the music. Yeah. So it's more about, so what they say now, they're surrounded by negativity, so they have to come and put a positive light in there to show the younger guys that there's really more to it than what we see and what we hear on TV and I see from the streets and hear from the street guys and stuff like that. So that way, you taking a guy that was on the street, living the block life, and you put in a position, you gotta lead in a positive way. So you kind of like showing that you could do in a positive way. Yeah. So from 2 years we had this year, I see a big improvement in some of their behavior by putting in their leadership role to see what they're made of. And that is where we do it that way also too. You can see, because some of these guys have a lot of potential to be great men. Yeah. Great men, but you just need someone to help them challenge and show them that yes.
And at least point them in the right direction.
In the right direction. Instead of just being point block, doing this, doing that.
What would you say then is the, biggest change in behavior that you've seen from some person that starts to when they actually finish the program?
Most I see in terms of how they handle conflict, how they deal with anger and stuff like that, because some guys that come here will say they're angry. And again, a man that can't control his emotions is a very dangerous man. A man that can't control his emotions.
Correct, I agree.
So I would say that, and that's how they handle their life situation now. Was like, well, rather than change you, rather than they don't even worry about the fussing up or getting angry. Somebody says something like, things that support them like, I'm being going with the business.
Right.
They know they are focused in terms of getting where they want to get.
I'm here with Rodari, one of the participants of the Nature Fun Ranch, or one of the persons here at Nature Fun Ranch who's been involved in the program from, tell me again, Rodari?
From 2016.
So from 2016. And what was your motivation for actually getting involved with Nature Fun Ranch?
And at first I had a love for horses. So he said, all right, well, here's the ideal place. You will come and learn to ride and you become a jockey.
Yeah.
But after that, then I saw the other fellas, their weight and their height, size. So that wasn't the thing for me. So from school, I did agriculture science. And I saw here I had the animals. So I found a love and passion for the animals. So I fall in love with animals, and from there it was home away from home out here.
Right, so the main motivation would have been your passion for animals and the fact that you can get involved in a lot of activities centered around them here at Nature Fun Ranch. Given that you've been here for the past 8 years, what are some of the most impactful things that you've seen whilst you've been involved here?
Well, to start with my life, the most impactful thing is actually it kept me away from violence, blocks, gun violence, all of that. So to start with, it started with the impact on my life. Then is to see that when the other younger ones come here, they actually don't want to go home. So, as I said earlier, it's home away from home.
It's home away from home. It's obviously reinforcing a lot of positive things, and to your benefit and to the benefit of others. Why is that important, especially in like today's society?
Yeah, because why is that important? Because that would lead away the younger ones from going and saying no living on the block, gun violence, weed, all of that. So it's basically changing the youth before they make that step in life.
Javid, let me make sure I got the name correct. Horse handler extraordinaire here at Nature Fun Ranch. What is the main motivation behind you being involved with Nature Fun Ranch?
Well, it's basically like the horses got my attention.
Yeah.
Because I'm more into horses, but other than that, it's help out with the younger ones, guide them in the right path, and make sure they're set for further on in life.
Now, how long have you been involved with Nature Fun Ranch?
To be honest, not quite sure how long, but very long.
Right, and you mentioned, about coming to help the youngsters and guide them. Why do you think that that's important?
Because basically, there's a lot of killing and what's not in the street, so
a lot of negativity happening, and obviously things like, or the activities that you're involved with here at Nature Fun Ranch help to, put them into a more path. Well, you said the right path or something, I guess you could say, helps to put them in a more positive environment. Why do you think it's important for youngsters to be involved in stuff like this?
To free up the mind, keep them off the streets for sure.
Yeah.
And better life.
And obviously, as you say, if they're youngsters that going towards something that is going to impact them in a negative way, then Nature Fun Ranch is obviously one of the places to come, so that, as you say, you can free up your mind and do something in a more positive environment. So Dario, thank you once again, my brother, for having me here and talking about all of what you and Nature Fun Ranch undertake on a daily basis, shaping the lives of these young persons that come here with the programs and initiatives that they're involved in, be it the Apex program, the summer camp. Thank you so much. This has been another episode of Positive Pulse, and I am Rashid Holder.